And the guys closest to the door, just go ahead and close the door. Thank you very much. And at the close of last session, we talked about one of our surgeons, Dr. Parveen Bhatia, who's, in addition to being an excellent surgeon, is a very genuine human being. And he and I connect over many things other than what our products do. So thank you very much, Dr. Bhatia, for being here with us, flying all the way. I know how incredibly busy you are, and you have many patients waiting back for you. And last NSM, we actually discovered that in addition to being a great human being, a fantastic surgeon, Dr. Bhatia is also an extremely motivating speaker. So many of us who were there last year still remember what an impact you made, and we are looking forward to another evening where we learn from you how we live our mission to be driven to make healthcare better. Thank you very much. Welcome you on stage.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. We need those lights. That can be. Thank you very much. At the outset, I must thank Mr. Mohit, Mr. Kevin, and Mr. Graham for bringing me here to share my thoughts. Honestly, I was listening to the discussion and his thoughts in the last few hours, and I was thinking that it is gelling with my thoughts. So this is the way that we are driven by passion. And honestly, I always say that together with our customers, we are driven to make healthcare better. I think we will never ever see such an opportunity when both are striving for excellence, and that striving for excellence for end user, and that is a patient. So if in my operation theater also, in Sir Gangaram Hospital, in Bhatia Global Hospital, I always tell my younger colleagues, operate as if you are operating on your relative. Someday you'll be right. Operate as if you are operating in a workshop, and someday you will be right. So I think this is the way that one should progress, and ultimate aim is patient is God for us. Trust. If we are able to give that kind of trust to the patient's trust will always be there. I always say, to be trusted is a greater compliment than being loved. And if I do not reciprocate the trust, that means I am proving the other person blind. So our thought is that when you are making such kind of equipment, and if you are trusting, and we are trusting from the surgical point of view, that means we are gelling with each other, and we are working for the upliftment of the patient's benefit. I am much impressed by the values which Kevin was also talking about: integrity, accountability, people, and performance. So my talk will also be roaming around this aspect, and my motivation to come here is inspire or expire. There is nothing in between. Inspire or expire. So even if I am able to inspire one person, my job is done. And we have seen, I am much impressed when he showed the video clipping of John Brown. That was the passion. The passion has ultimately driven the companies, that so that there are 3,000 people working for one company, and you are making so much of progress. So this is leadership and TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. Again and again, I am re-emphasizing that ultimately, because the top bosses are here and all the salespeople are here, so that speaks of the teamwork. And teamwork means individual commitment to a team effort, group effort, that makes a team work, a company work, a society work, and a civilization work. I was much impressed when he was talking about that they are ready to give back to the society. That is most important. If we have that kind of thought even, then we are done. What I mean to say, that great leaders don't tell you what to do, they show how it is done. And all you need is teamwork. When best is possible, the good is not good enough. If that kind of thought process is driving us, then only we will be able to make a difference. I am much impressed by something called as soft values. I am thinking of Arora. Where is Taruna Arora? She was interviewing you. So I was thinking about that she had also questioned, and I am also going to question you on this, that there was one car, Peugeot car, and one person had bought that car, and he had a challenge. And what kind of challenge he had? That he complained to Kevin that my car is not functioning when I go after my dinner to buy a vanilla ice cream. And the Kevin was also surprised that how it can be related to vanilla ice cream. So he said that please find out. And again, after a few days, again the complaint comes from the same person that I bought your world-class car, but whenever we are sitting in a dinner and when we think that we have to go in for buying the ice cream, and once I buy the vanilla ice cream, my car would not start when I come back, but when it is strawberry, it will start. When it is American banana split, it will start. So the Kevin was attentive to details. He had values. Sorry for using the name, but he had values, and he had sent those values down up to the sales engineers and sales marketing people. And then he sent the best possible engineer to that man. And that man told him that this is the complaint. And he was surprised that what kind of frivolous complaint he is having, that car cannot be allergic to vanilla ice cream. So he's found out that at what time do you take dinner, sir? 9 p.m. So I will be there with you at 9 p.m. at your residence, and then we will check it. And he went to the shop, to the ice cream shop. After taking vanilla ice cream, the car would not start. Next day again, he was there. Again, strawberry, it would start. And again, next, all American banana split, again it would stop. So they went to it. They got hold of the best possible engineers. They could not find out where was the challenge. Ultimately, because Kevin was involved at the top end, so he started looking into it, going into the details. I always say God lies in details, devil also lies in details. So once he went into details, then they found out that once he went in for buying the vanilla ice cream, it was maybe 2 minutes only. Because the ice cream was available at the counter, and for the strawberry and for the all American banana split, it would take more than 5 to 6 minutes. So by that time, by this thought, he realized that once the person goes into the ice cream shop and then comes back, the engine has not cooled enough, and there is a tubing in which there is a stop, and it would not start. And ultimately, he instructed from USA to that engineer that please change that tubing in which the air comes in, and that is the reason it is not getting started. And ultimately just the tubing was changed, and everything went off. So everything got corrected. So my thought process in telling you this story is that ultimately it is the values. These are the soft values at the top which ultimately percolate down, and they make a difference. And that is why I am much impressed by this. Regarding Mohit, I know, and Kevin also mentioned, that his first liner would be communicate, 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 over communicate. I think for the success, and today the communication has become so easy that any minute we can WhatsApp and email and phone, FaceTime and whatnot. So everything has become so easy. So for the progress of the company, one should definitely communicate, 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 over communicate. I have been going other way around also. I have been a fan user of Stryker. Way back when I started my laparoscopic career in 93, 94, then I was the first one to buy the Stryker camera. And it was 796 or 596, and when I bought that camera, and I was so comfortable with that, and then as the company carried on making new innovations, new products, I also carried on buying those from 1088, 1288, and now we have got the 1588 also. With that kind of innovation, with that kind of thought process, that yes, because you are working in the direction that in which you are going to make the patient happy. And any time, any challenge I had in that career of using the Stryker, I would always convey to the people who matter. And ultimately that made the difference. So I am very, very thankful to you for communication, communication, communicate, over communicate. And when I am working and when I meet the people like this, then I always want to ask them, do you want to be good or you want to be great? Anyone who wants to be good? No one? Anyone wants to be great? All of you. What I mean to say, to be good, anticipate one step. To be great, anticipate 3 steps. I think this is the most important. When the surgeon, if you are working with that, if you have that kind of mindset that you are going to help the surgeon with the changing technology, with the ICG embedded into it, definitely it helps, and that makes you make the company as well as the salespersons also grow. And another aspect which we were discussing, these are the few slides which I have added on later on, that is about the ethics story. Whether you are ethical or not, you are ethical. That is why we are here together. There is one small story, and I am going to ask you that there was a train which was coming, and there was 2 tracks. One track was unused for many years, and the child was playing on that unused track. And there were children who were playing on the used track, and there were 12 of them. They were playing. And you are in a position, or I am in a position, that I can change the pulley and ultimately make a difference because the train is approaching very fast. So what do you want to do? Anyone? You are sitting on just close to the pulley. You want that the train should go on the routine track where 12 children are playing, or you want to change the track where 1 child is playing. Anyone? You got the message or you got the thought? Whom are you going to save? Ethically. 1 child or 15, 12 children? 1 child. So you want to save 1 child. That means the train should not change to the unused track. The train should go on the same track and kill 12 children. Are you satisfied? Yes, sir. You will go with the routine track. Give him mic if possible.
Dr. Saab, I'll go with the routine track.
Very good.
Okay, because first thing is it is not the life of 12 people or 1 kid. In the train, there are so many passengers traveling.
Exactly. That is the thought. Wonderful. Good job done. Wonderful. So what I mean to say that many of us become focused and we start thinking about 1 child versus 12 children. Our thought process should be in that direction, that we should anticipate that if it goes on an unused track, that child may or may not die because he has chosen to play there. But what will happen to the people who are thousands and thousands in the train? So our thought is that anticipate 1 step, anticipate 3 steps, and then only you can become great. And by just cursing, we should never ever curse the darkness. We should light a candle, and 1 candle is enough to lighten it. This is the most motivational thought which I feel, that if you are supposed to deliver 1, and if you just go extra mile, you deliver 1.01, and then you see the number 37.8. And if you are delivering less than 1 by just 0.01, then this is the number, 0.03. So this is the thought process, that why and how we cannot go extra mile. I always say that there is no congestion in that extra mile. I remember, and last time also, Kevin, I told of one story. I was stuck in the mid of night. I was helping some surgeon to do laparoscopic cholecystectomy way back in 94, and I phoned the representative that your insufflator has some challenge and we are not getting the gas. And it was a cold wintry night, and then he said, sir, don't worry, I am coming. And as soon as he came, and I'm talking of 94, as soon as he came and he did some connection, obviously because it was new to us in laparoscopic surgery, and he could fix it and we could go. And today also he is my best friend. He is a Stryker boy, he is my best friend. Why? Because he had gone that extra mile. So if you are ready to go extra mile for your customers, I don't want to use the word customer, the ideal answer is guest. If you are working in partnership, then we should go extra mile, and that will always be appreciated by the surgeons and ultimately by the patient. To be part of the 1%, you must do only 1% dare to do. Most of the times, always the traditional, I don't want to name other companies which are not doing very good. I could listen to the graph which he was showing that we have progressed with $10 billion. So the thought process is that you have been doing this for the betterment of the people, betterment of the company. And this passion drives perfection. If you have a passion, then only you will be doing the perfect job, and that ultimately is going to help us. I am a fan of Steve Jobs. I have read all the books of Steve Jobs. It does not make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. We hire smart people so that they can tell us what to do. Kevin was also asking you that give them the ideas. Whatever challenges you are facing on the ground level, tell them so that, and communicate to them so that ultimately they are translated into becoming a better and better company. And you can see that train people well enough so they can leave. Treat them well enough so they don't want to leave. That is very, very important. And I know that kind of passion is there. This passion is driving the company of Stryker. When all of us started with our computer experience, this was the 5 MB hard drive which was being shipped by IBM. You talked about IBM also. But now where is it? It took so much of effort to ultimately put the hard drive in shipping, but now every day, every minute we are innovating. So if you are not going with the innovation, then you are not going in the best interest of the people. Our thought process is, if you are not updated, you are outdated. So one should carry on learning. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or at 80. We could see John Brown, he was so passionate, that is the way. And it is not the mountain we conquer ourselves. I think if any of us start thinking that only Kevin has to work, or Mohit has to work, or Graham has to work, no, all of us have to work and we have to conquer ourselves, then only this company becomes the best company. And many of you have seen these graphs. I know that he was also showing a lot of graphs. So this, whenever some innovation comes, this innovation has been adopted only by 2.5% people. And there are people who are called as laggards, who are approximately 16%. They will never ever adopt the technology. They will always think, oh no, what should I change? I am happy with whatever is happening. But this is the way that ultimately, for getting it accepted by the majority, early majority and late majority, these innovators have to be ultimately primed, and that makes a difference. So if you are thinking about it, and what is the way of improving? What is Kaizen? Anyone? Exactly. It is continuous improvement. And I am not boasting of, but I am just telling that before becoming a surgeon, I used to score 100% marks in mathematics. And at the end of the mathematics paper, I used to write, cut 1 mark if possible. In physics, we had 10 questions, and out of that 10 questions, we had to attempt only 7. We are from the same era, Mohit and myself, and I used to attempt all 10 of them, and used to write check any 7. So what I mean to say is, what I mean to say today also, that is the force which drives me. That is the thinking that drives us. I always ask my younger colleagues, maybe the first year fellow who has just joined the department, sir, you have done a laparoscopic cholecystectomy. Have you given your best or not? Can 1 mark be deducted or not? If he says, no, sir, today I have done the best laparoscopic cholecystectomy, I am more than satisfied. And if he tells me, no, sir, it was okay, and so I said, no, go back. Go back and give your best, then only the best is going to come back to you. So thought process is, ek bhi number katna nahi chahiye. When you are going for a sales trip or you are going for any job, make sure that you do not have even 1 number which is cut. And there is a thin line. Why? Because there is a very thin line between ethical and unethical issues. And it is only the spark which changes the whole situation. One spark is needed and whole of the jungle is fired. And Mohit was also talking about, and I am passionate about speaking on, there is safety in more safety. In the background, all of us should think about, he was giving an example of uncemented joint or replacement. So thought process says that there is safety in more safety. Even if you are not doing the surgery, but you are part of it. And if you are able to suggest to the surgeon, yes, this is the way I would have thought, but it's fine. And if the surgeon has taken a conscious decision, it's fine. So what I mean to say, one has to be driven by the safety first. If you are conscious, then only you can make a difference. One small step can change your life, and that is called as Kaizen. There has to be a constant improvement. When the why is clear, the how is easy. If you are transparent, if you are honest, if you are having the integrity very well maintained, then the why is absolutely clear, because you are working in the interest of the patient. And then the how is easy, that how are you going to say. In my dictionary and in Kevin's dictionary and Mohit's dictionary, there is nothing called as no. We should always make sure that we start on a positive note and give the other person, yes, this is very much possible, but definitely we are going to make in this way. And again, I would request you, how many people read the books? Wonderful, very nice. So I would request you to go through this book of Daniel Goleman on focus, the hidden driver of excellence. Ultimately, our thought is that, are you focused in your job or not? And this is a beautiful, which drives me day in and day out. There are periods in life that the people will try to snub you down, but still you have to go up. So they tried to bury us. They did not realize that we were seeds, and we will become seeds and we will become a giant tree, but give us some time. So our thought is that ultimately remain focused, believe in yourself. If you have a belief in yourself, even if you are standing in front of the mirror, you will always think that I am a lion and I am not a cat. So what I mean to say, that you have to believe in yourself and all that you are. No, there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. So we do not any time believe that we cannot do it. Your beliefs do not make you a better person, your actions do. Ultimately, the answer is, there are people who are doers, there are people who are dreamers, and there are people who believe in destiny. So how many people believe in destiny? No one? Good. So all of you are doers. You have to be dreamers and the doers. And again, whenever we are doing anything, whether we are launching a product or I am doing my surgery of robotic, bariatric surgery, which I do, I operate on patients of 84 BMIs, too thick with robot. But ultimately, the thought is, failure is not an option, because that is a tightrope walk. Even if one small mistake is there, and it will become, a split second becomes eternal. that it will become such a big mistake that you will never be able to come back. So thought which is driving you when you are sitting on the console, or when you are visiting a OR, or when you are visiting a surgeon, failure is not an option. Anyone who knows about Roger Bannister? Yes, sir. Please tell me. Speak loudly before they reach with the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, I'm Amarjit. So Roger Bannister has actually broken the record, which was, I don't know the landmark exactly, but before him, no one actually was able to break that record. And after that, till date, somewhere around 30,000 people has actually broken that record, which includes people who has recovered from injuries, people who are like, amputated, people who are from school background. So those people has actually broken the record, which up till 1985, no one else could.
Not 85? Yes, good, excellent. What I mean to say that many people had gone with the traditional thinking that they will not be able to run a mile in 4 minutes. And ultimately, he was the one who said, nothing doing. I don't believe, I don't care about the traditions. Whatsoever it takes, I have to break that record. And many people had tried also, but they were not able to break that tradition. But once he broke the tradition, once a spark was there, once he made a difference, whole of the world made a difference. So our thought is, again and again, believe in yourself, believe in your thoughts, and then only you are able to make a difference. What is your risk appetite? Are you ready to take the risk for your growth or not? Are you challenged? I always feel that challenge yourself. That this man, if he can drive cycle, then why can't I drive a cycle? Only one who is holding you back is you, nobody else. And ultimately, the thought is that no stones are thrown at fruitless trees. If you are progressing and if you are being criticized, that means you should celebrate. Celebrate every moment of it. That means people are thinking that he is growing or the company is growing, and that is I think this is the occasion that we are going to celebrate in the evening, and you are converting all stones into milestones. Are you intensely focused? Yes, focus and believe and achieve. And again, I tell you a small story which I had gone to San Diego last year, and when I was seeing this man, he is an Indian man on the sea beach, and what he has been able to do is this. Anyone who can see about this? Anyone can tell about this? What is he doing? Balancing the stones. Any one of you can do it? All of you can do it? No one can do it? And ultimately, honestly, I am a learner. I am not the learned. I went to him that you have to tell me and teach me how are you going to see, how are you going to do it? And then, can you imagine? I'll ask you the question after this. What has he done? I was trying, he was teaching me, and I was doing it. Every time when I was lowering down, and ultimately when I reached my goal, then it would fall. It would fall. But he has done it. How? How has he done? How will you do it? Practice where? Focus. Where is the focus? Focus should have been on the goal, on the target. Honestly speaking, I was always seeing the stone. This stone, this stone, this stone. And as I was not much bothered about the stone which was there on that level. So our thought is that if this is a lens, this is a convex lens, only place where the sun rays would come and ultimately burn the paper is on the focus. If you are keeping the lens on the focus, then only it will burn, otherwise it will never burn. So thought is that we should be intensely focused, then only we'll be able to make a difference. And this is again a small story of Carolee Tecox. He had got so much that he was a national champion anytime and every time with pistol shooting. And as God would have loved it or wanted it. He was in army, he was playing with the grenade, and his arm had to be amputated. Once this arm had to be amputated, but next year, again, the national championship was there, and his name had already gone for the Olympics before his amputation. So when next year the competition, national sales meeting or national championship was there, so when he went there, all the competitors said, "Thank you, Kakak. We are very, very thankful to you that you have come here to inspire us." He says, "No way, I have not come here to inspire you. I have come here to participate." So how are you going to participate? You are a right-handed pistol shooter and your right hand is gone. So how are you going to participate? His answer was, "Do you think I was winning because of my right hand?" I was winning because of my mindset. And I have trained in the hospital itself. I was getting about 4 a.m. and I was training my left hand, and now you will see. And he became the national champion. But ultimately his name was again forwarded for the Olympics. Can you imagine? For once, the Olympics got cancelled twice because of the World War I and World War II. And in 1948, that means 12 years after his amputation, he won a gold medal in London Olympics. So our thought is, even if the challenges are there, but still we should be working in one direction, and that direction we should be absolutely focused, and then only you will be able to make a difference. I have done things no one else has ever done, and that is what I wanted to do. It is good to know about your competitors, but you have been doing this in this kind of field, so much of contribution you have done, so you will carry on doing the things which you have been doing it, and that is the way one can achieve. Please do not have limitations. Limitations are all in your mind. The more you dream, the farther you get. And you can see one person gets so many gold medals and one country does not get so many medals. But I was happy when he was telling about that India has made such a beautiful difference in the overall growth of the Stryker company, that they have been able to make that mark of 12 billion or 10 billion. And are you challenged? Yes. I would show you a small, any of you have read the book called Unstoppable? Yes. And can you imagine that this man, Nick Vujicic, was born without any limits, without any arms. And now you see the video clipping.
Annyeonghaseyo. My name is Nick Vujicic, and I love traveling around the world, fishing, golfing, and swimming. I love living life. I am happy. I did want to end my life, just felt hopeless, broken, alone. It's like it was pointless. There's no point to my life. There's no point to going to school. I didn't even think I was even going to be able to go to university, you know. And cold. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like bitterness as well.
Listen to this carefully.
Nice to see you. My name is Nick Vujicic, and it's a pleasure to be with you. So I have no limbs, but I have my little chicken drumstick. And so it's like, you like that? That would be really cool if I could get this and get some techno going. Like, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. honestly, along the way, you might fall down like this. Ready? No? Hello! Right. So what do you do when you fall down? Get back up. Everybody knows to get back up, because if I start walking, I'm not going to get anywhere. But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. Do you think you have hope? Because I tell you, I'm down here, face down, and I have no arms, no legs. It should be impossible for me to get back up, but it's not. You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. But if I fail, I try again and again and again. But I just want you to know that it's not the end. It matters how you're going to finish. Are you going to finish strong? And you will find that strength to get back up like this.
Never ever give up. And you see this, the frog is in the mouth of the stork, and at the last moment also the frog is trying its best to catch hold of the neck. Never ever give up. I think this is the message which is loud and clear to me, that anytime we should always feel that we are blessed. We have been given 2 limbs, 2 eyes and everything. But if you still say that I cannot sell so many cameras in this year, that means the weakness lies within you rather than outside. Are you brutalized? Again, the thought process is that you will see it when you believe it, not other way around. You will not believe it and you will never see it. What I mean to say, that go through these motivational books and go through these videos, that you will always be thinking and becoming positive. I again and again, last time also I had told you that The Habit of Winning by Prakash Iyer. It is such a wonderful book. We are also coming out with a book which is called as Believe in Yourself. It is nothing surgical, nothing medical. I am writing a book on believe in yourself. So The Habit of Winning, and one has to learn from all this. And all of us know, who are we competing with? Are we competing with our own selves, or are we competing with our competitors? I think, let's be very honest about it, that once you have thought about it, that you are your own competition, then you will only break all the records. And Usain Bolt.
Historic 100 meters. Usain Bolt has a step. Usain Bolt bowling away the field. Usain Bolt takes the men's 100 meters. It's a new world record. 9.71. 9.71.
So outrun your biggest competition, and no one can motivate you if you are not willing to do it yourself. And please, life wants you to win. Please get out of your own way. I think this is attitude. Surgery is an attitude. Life is an attitude. Company is an attitude. And this is the last video clipping. I know that time is up. So this is the video clipping which I had done it, and you will see that it was a gift to me from my son when I visited San Diego. And then you see my face and everything.
Yeah, enjoy.
All right, here we are, Parveen. First time jumping?
Yes, first time.
Father's Day gift?
Father's Day gift from son.
Nice one. Son is jumping as well, yeah?
Yeah, he's also.
Hello, son. All right, nice present, mate. All right, ready to go? Ready for takeoff?
Yeah, we are.
Good.
So whom this phone has to be given?
See my emotions. When sun is jumping first, see my emotions.
How's the view outside?
Excellent.
Yeah. Any messages for friends and family before you go skydiving?
Life has to be lived once. Live it. Life has to be lived once. So live it. Can you imagine that once I landed down, then my son asked me that, are you going to repeat it? So I said, yes, why not? So he says, hold on, I will show a few video clippings about this trip. And he showed me the video clippings on YouTube, and there were so many accidents, so many deaths after doing the skydiving, but still I was not deterred by that fear complex, and after a few months I went alone without my son to do another time skydiving. I think the ultimately answer is believe in yourself, stay flexible, stay tuned. One should always conquer oneself first, and then you can always make a difference. You can make a difference to the society, you can make a difference to the company, you can make a dent on the globe of this universe. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for your patience. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Wow, what an inspiring, powerful session. I'm sure everybody in the room are absolutely feeling that we'll go the extra mile, we'll leave no stone unturned, and we'll make sure we are winning every time we are out in the field. Thank you so much, sir. May I invite Mohit and Graham to please present a memento to Dr. Bhatia, please.
Any questions? I am more than willing to answer.
So, one request, Dr. Bhatia. Next time I'm setting the budget for my team, I'm going to call you. And help me.
Sure, failure is not an option. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mohit. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mohit. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Dr. Bhatia. So this calls for a close for this particular session, and we'll be excited to join back at 7:30 sharp, same room for the Gala Awards night. Thank you so much.